Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. We're just on the channel Paul Joseph Watson. 2 million subscribers. I think I'll like him and subscribe. Manchester is a shithole, is the name of the video. You may have noticed. Um, yeah, Manchester is a shithole. Now, not from watching this video, but from watching the likes of Charlie Veitch and is it Billy Moore? Something Moore, maybe Billy Moore from Liverpool, but he often goes to Manchester as well. There's a couple of others as well, to be honest, auditors or whatever you want to call them. Um, a lot of them end up going to Manchester. Manchester and London were probably your two things, but even then, Manchester seems to be the place you would go to capture chaos, fights, antisocial behaviour, any sort of content along them lines could be well collected in the Manchester area, it seems, and has been for a while, and Charlie Veitch has known that for a long time, as well as a few others, to be honest. So, yeah, Manchester is a shithole. Now, the reason I made this video is because, obviously, I'm Cumbrian, but I used to live in Manchester. I lived in Manchester in Chorlton for about a year in 2001 when the Commonwealth Games was actually in Manchester. The current Manchester City Stadium was built for the Commonwealth Games originally, and Manchester City's ground used to be in Moss Side. And after the Commonwealth Games, Manchester City moved to the current stadium they're in. That was the Commonwealth Stadium, renovated it, made it bigger, and took that as their home stadium. And Main Road, I think it was called, was knocked down, which was in Moss Side. And systematically, Manchester has been rejuvenated in areas. Went from the old style cotton mills and everything like that. A lot of them are flats now. And the outer areas of Manchester, the I wouldn't say suburbs, but just sort of the outer skirts of the city centre as it works its way out, systematically got rejuvenated, and all by down where the uni is and Oxford Road and basically Moss Side and you name it, it all got rejuvenated and knocked down and built again in more modern ways. But I said at the time when all this was happening, and I lived there, it just goes back to being a shithole, to be honest, because you just put the same fucking knobheads in the houses that were in the houses beforehand that fucked it all up in the first place, and you just go and put them all back, and then it all just goes to shit systematically again. It takes years and months, but it just goes to shit again, to be honest, because it doesn't matter how nice you make the houses look if you put all the fucking knobheads back in them. It'll always go the same way, and it often does. So, I mean, there's other problems arose since I lived in Manchester. So I lived there in 2001, and I'll tell you now, when I watched Charlie Veitch and Billy Moore and the boys, it was nowhere near as bad 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 24 years ago, as it is today. Nowhere near. It was nowhere near. Like the Piccadilly Gardens. I worked in Piccadilly 21s, which is a nightclub, which was right outside. Piccadilly Gardens. When you watch Charlie Veitch and the boys on it, I believe it's a Morrison's now. I believe that building's a Morrison's, and above it is flats. But it used to be a nightclub called Piccadilly 21s. And it held about 2,500 people. There was two floors. It was a really big nightclub. It was never often full, but it used to have a student night on a Wednesday, and on the student night it would be full. And again, even then, it's. I worked in a nightclub, and I mean, I've seen some scenes. To be honest, I've seen some scenes. A guy with a machete was once apprehended by the doorman, and people were bottled left, right, and centre, and yeah, it was quite violent at times. But even that's just part and parcel of the nightclub industry, and shit happens. You know what I mean? People get drunk, shit happens. But this is the nightlife. This is the nightlife scene. The ghouls come out at night. You expect it to be slightly worse at night, and I will go as far as to say back then it's now worse in the day than it was in the night 24 years ago. So, we'll play a bit of the video. Manchester is a shithole from Paul Joseph Watson here, because he's right, to be honest.
Piccadilly Gardens, Manchester, then. Piccadilly Gardens, Manchester, now. Then. Now.
The ill behaviour with the ill behaviour with it. Very ill behaviour down there.
Then. Now. Then. Now.
These girls are only 13, have been sitting in the garden waiting for a bus to come and have been approached 20 times already by undesirables. Is that right?
Then. Now.
Oh shit. I've seen what you've been doing with the girls, dude. Do you think scaring girls is a joke?
Then.
So we notice as well, all this footage he's using in the background, it is Billy Moorland and it is Charlie Beach. As they are the Manchester boys, really, on the cameras, keep abreast of what's going down in Manchester. And as we've seen there from the scenes he's already showing us, we used to have a beautiful park here full of civilised people, and just going about the day, everybody respecting each other, going about the day. This is how far this country has fell. This is the sad part of it, how far this country has fell since about the 1970s, the 1960s, to what it is today, 50 years later. This country has fell a great deal, a long way. And you can see by these pictures, a lovely little park here, no fucking antisocial behaviour, no knobheads, no nothing, just nice people having a nice time. And then we see the current state of things today. Just sit there, 3 13-year-old lassies waiting for a bus. 20 times undesirables have been over to fucking accost them, you know what I mean? Unbelievable. But yeah, again, the saying, if you bring the third world to your country will become the third world. It's a very true statement for me, that, and that's what we're watching happen, and what we watched happen. This is becoming the third world, and the proof of it's right here. This is right here. These scenes that we're seeing here is absolute proof of the decline of this country.
Now. You can't stop progress.
In Manchester, we welcome our diversity.
So is that an immigration tag?
Yeah, it's all next to that.
So Abdul's got an immigration tag.
Although, to be fair, 200 years ago, at the very same location stood Manchester Royal Lunatic Asylum, so maybe not much has changed after all.
Uh-oh, she's got a glass bottle. She's got a glass bottle. She's got a glass bottle. Shit, she's got a glass bottle, mate.
Oh, Manchester, so much to answer for.
A lot of people say multiculturalism doesn't work, but who could argue against Manchester's diverse Crackadilly Gardens drug scene as a thriving example of community cohesion?
The guys are like, don't take pictures. It's my job, bro.
I mean, I planned to go. I was going to go like a few times in the last couple of weeks, to be honest, but because I've done my footing, that's doing me head in, and I've just got loads of things to do. I need to buy a car, so I haven't been, but I do plan to go to Manchester as well, because it's quality scenes. I haven't been to Manchester on the YouTube channel, and I used to live there as well, and we get all these kind of things going down there. There's always something going on, isn't there? So I do plan to go at some point. But this is thoroughly what I expect to see, you know what I mean? The exactly everything that we see on Charlie Beach and Billy Brewer. And partly why I'm going to go as well, because it's good content at the same time. It's a good place to go for content, really, Manchester. And again, I haven't been. I've obviously, like, I want to go places I haven't been as well, and film places I haven't been. So Manchester is on the list. But we fully expect to get all this crack when we get there, you know what I mean?
It's just my job. Anyway, is that an ankle monitor on this? On the other ankle? Yes, it is. Is that a long distance finger he's giving me? This is what happens when there's no police. In the city, everyone's just here imbibing narcos. Oh, that's not very nice.
Manchester is so plagued by illegal drug use. You can literally get cocaine and heroin delivered quicker than pizza. Drug deaths surged to their highest since records began, with the synthetic cannabis spice taken by an astonishing 95% of the city's homeless. Manchester looking like a scene out of a zombie apocalypse movie.
Yeah, it kind of does. He's right. It does look like a book in a zombie apocalypse movie in Manchester, to be honest. And I tell you now, if it all goes to bagwash, as it looks like it may, Manchester is not a place you want to fucking be.
A city characterised by a proud hyper-diversity, which strangely isn't reflected in the demographics of Manchester's homeless addicts, all of whom appear to be white. As Manchester's population surges, thanks in part to a doubling in foreign-born residents since 2001, the malaise of the multiplying mass
2001, just so coincidentally, was the year that I lived in Manchester. And as he said there, if we get to the graph, a doubling populating of Greater Manchester from 2021 to 2022.
As Manchester's population surges, thanks in part to a
Right, so yeah, I was there in 2001, and this is obviously 3 years ago now. So it will be higher than it was, but population Greater Manchester 2022, estimated population millions, nearly up to 3 million from 2.5, 400,000 people have joined Manchester in that time, which doesn't sound like a lot, but then imagine 400,000 people stood in a group. It's a lot of people. So yeah, massive population increase over 20 years. None of them necessarily, or a lot of them not necessarily English or desirable. And as we see on the streets and the gangs and everything, it seems to be. Yeah, it's literally, that's what I've really witnessed, to be honest. The fall of Manchester since I left there. And again, half the reason I left there was, to be honest, because it wasn't. I'm from Cumbria, and Cumbria is quite nice, to be honest. Cumbria is quite nice, and then you move to Manchester, and you move into all that, and you're a bit like, I've just moved out of a nice place to move here, you know what I mean? And this is a fucking crime-ridden shithole, to be honest. So what the fuck am I doing here? Let's move back to Cumbria.
a doubling in foreign-born residents since 2001. The malaise of the multiplying masses brings with it a familiar blight. Rubbish. Lots of rubbish.
Now this scruffy bastard has just tipped all his shit down the side of our house. Tip in the garden, Joe.
This is your rubbish. Outside of our garden. Your sour.
I mean, you may get away with this in India or whatever, you know what I mean? You just fucking wander down this. This is why India's a fucking shithole. This is why all these countries are shitholes. Because the people in the countries, no offence to them, but they're not us. They don't have our procedures and our fucking rules. And exactly here's more proof of it. Foreigner takes the fucking rubbish, rather than putting it in her bins, they fucking dumped it in other people's bins and gardens and fucking, you know what I mean? And exactly here, this person's fucking 100% right. Get yourself back round the house there and just dump the fucking lot on the doorstep. But exactly, like, unbelievably, this statement, if you bring the third world to your country will become the third world. The second I heard that said a couple of years ago, I thought, it's fucking bang on that. It's bang on. That's literally what's happening to this country. And again, from the back of the start of the video, the pictures of Piccadilly Gardens, as we've seen, the 1960s, 70s pictures of Piccadilly Gardens. What a beautiful, calm, lovely, serenic place it was. And then look at the fucking state of the place now. But even all this in the estates, do you know what I mean? I lived in Chorlton, and the majority of Chorlton, I live next to a mosque. This is England, you know what I mean? A mosque. It's England. We shouldn't have a mosque in England. Church. I think our words are church. We're not a Muslim country. We shouldn't, in my opinion, we shouldn't have Muslim mosques here. It's not your faith. It's not your country. if you want to worship Muslim Islam and Allah, get yourself over to a Muslim country. That's kind of just my opinion on it, personally. My opinion on it. Don't change, because that's what's systematically happened in this country's religion will be changed to Islam when they get the numbers, and eventually that will happen. Give it 20 years, give it 30 years, they will have the numbers. And there are much more, they celebrate their faith much stronger than we do. And eventually I believe that will take over. And again, there's a systematic decline of this country. It's undeniable. It's absolutely apparent to everybody. It's not unnoticeable. Everyone can see this. I'm not making this up. Everybody sees this country declining. The proof of it there was the Piccadilly Gardens pictures from the past and the current times. You've got all this shit fucking going on. And yeah, it's only going to get worse, to be honest. It's only going to get worse.
Take that outside of my garden last night.
People in some areas can barely walk through the alleyways outside their homes due to the sheer amount of trash, with one street in Manchester achieving the unwanted accolade of Britain's dirtiest, with Manchester Council issuing the most fly-tipping fines out of any in England.
Why have you put that there? Why have you put that there? No, it don't matter. Why have you put that there next to my fucking house? I've got you on camera, moving it. I've got photos of it. I've got you coming and dumping it. I'm going to report you to the council for fly tipping. You're a business. No, sorry, me, mate. Would you dump that next to your fucking house?
While a shithole can be defined by a plethora of different benchmarks, its purest definition is surely a place which is a literal dumping ground for everyone's crap. Welcome to Manchester.
Yeah, it's honestly like as soon as I seen this video, I didn't watch any of it. I just seen the video. Manchester is a shithole. I used to live there. I watched Charlie Beach, I watched Billy Moore, and I thought I'll make a video on this before the guy even speaks, because you know why? He's fucking right. He's right, and it's getting worse, and it's got worse, and it's since I was there. And Manchester is a shithole. It really is. It's gone to the fucking dogs down there, if you ask me. Like.
There's a pigsty. Life is a pigsty. Life is a pigsty. Life is a pigsty.
Man, look at it, and then I don't mean to be racist, but you go and look at like the likes of India and all these fucking countries, and Africa, and you name it. You go and look at these third world countries, and they're all like this. They're all fucked, and this is it's sad. It's real sad, to be honest, because again, look at the country we had there. Look at the country that we did have at one point, and it was nice. It was beautiful, and the people in it were nice, to be honest. And now we've got 50% fucking knobhead factor, and look at it. Look at the fucking state of the country now. It's unbelievable. And this is just Manchester. It'll be fucked in Birmingham, be fucked in Cardiff, you name it, be fucked everywhere. Like, because we've let that many of these people in who don't have our values. And again, if you notice the videos that we've seen here, it was two Asians dumping a fridge and an Englishman having a fucking garden. It was a foreign woman's husband had dumped rubbish in a garden. It was an English woman fucking taking it back and having a garden. So it's not being racist here. These are the pictures we're seeing, you know what I mean? And we're not seeing like white people tipping the shit everywhere and the Muslims having a go at them. It's not the way of things. This is what we're seeing. Look at the fucking... I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that some of the English aren't involved in all this fucking rubbish and stuff. It's probably are, part and parcel, to be honest. But it's built upon... and don't get me wrong, the English have a lot of knobheads, and we're about 5 generations down of the English knobheads as well, you know what I mean? Knobheads who had kids who were knobheads, who had kids who were knobheads, who had kids who were knobheads. We're in about the 4th generation of that now. So, don't get me wrong, the English are bad as well. We've got our own fucking knobheads, but I think that's part of the problem. We've got our own knobheads. We don't need everybody else's, you know what I mean? We have enough trouble of our own here.
While Manchester's crime rate has come down a bit in recent years thanks to a massive police crackdown, it's not much to brag about when you have a larger overall.
I'm not quite sure what this graph is about, but Asians beating white in this graph. I'm not quite sure what it means. Is it the demographic of the Manchester area or something? Yeah, but Asians are winning here. They're now beating white people in the Manchester area. So there again, more stats for you. As again, Manchester systematically goes to the dogs. Again, look back in the past when it will have been majority white people in these Piccadilly Garden pictures. Everything was cosy and nice. We get all these people coming, different races, different cultures, and the whole place has gone to fuck. So the proof's in the pudding.
While Manchester's crime rate has come down a bit in recent years thanks to a massive police crackdown, it's not much to brag about when you have a larger overall per capita crime rate than London. Violence, stalking, harassment and sexual offences all being higher. In Manchester, knife-carrying crimes are 6 times higher than they were just a decade ago. 1 in every 275 people living in Manchester was caught carrying a blade.
Why you got a knife?
So you run down to the safety of the shopping mall, but there's panic in the aisles of the Arndale. Black-clad ferry.
I mean, it got blew up by the IRA many moons ago about the Arndale, so I mean, it kind of shows you Manchester's chaos, to be honest. The shopping centre's been fucking blown to bits at some point in time. But now it's just full of fucking knobheads.
Youths running riot.
I wonder to myself.
I've been in just under 6 years now, and I'd say the last 2 years, people are they just don't care anymore. They're using knives. I remember when I was, a teenager, you'd never even hear of anyone carrying a knife, and now it's like.
Yeah, it's gone to fuck. Like, no, it's honestly, it's fucked. Yeah, I mean, it's like fucking. It just makes me think of Duncan Smith, to be honest. It makes me think of Duncan Smith fucking trying to grass me up and fucking all that bullshit. Like the police give a fuck. Have you been on the streets, Duncan Smith, in the last fucking couple of months and years, mate? It's fucked out there, eh? It's fucked. And if you think the fucking police have got time to fucking bother with me calling you a ball bag dog shagger, they really haven't, mate. They really haven't. And the court wouldn't waste the time. It's all fucking bullshit. We've got people running around knives, shoplifters, you fucking name it. It's chaos out there, mate. So, yeah, the police, the streets are fucked. The streets are fucked, and everything everybody's saying here is true, eh? Like, it's almost like a lawless fucking place, Manchester, eh? It's getting that bad, and the police, there isn't enough police, and they cannot handle the situation down there, to be honest.
The normal thing to do. It's mad.
What used to be proud industrial cities are now dystopian theme parks of lawlessness, addiction and cultural fragmentation, where no one feels at home and no one's in charge.
So what is the Our Manchester strategy? Well, it's the future.
Last night at the fair, by the big wheel generator.
Yeah, I've got a lot of this as well. I've seen a lot of this as well on footage, as we're seeing here. People running around, fucking gangs and knives, machetes. We've seen quite a lot of it, to be honest, in the last couple of maybe 10 years or so. Not just in Manchester, it's been all sorts, in all sorts of cities down south. Yeah, it just gets worse and worse for me. It's the decline in morals and everything, and I mean, it all, to be honest, links back into me with the fucking Bible and the end of the world and the fucking, it all says that this will happen, to be honest. Yeah, the job's fucked. That's how I would best describe it. The job's fucked.
Boy is stabbed when his money is grabbed and the air hangs heavy like a gull in wine.
It's the future.
Don't let any of this put you off though, because Manchester's apparently the second friendliest city in the world. Definitely friendly towards the alphabet people.
Manchester home to one of the biggest and best prides in Europe.
If flags represent occupation of territory...
Yeah, well, this fucking nonsense as well going on. Yeah, Canal Street, they've got their own sort of street. Where homosexual people, I mean, it used to just be homosexual people, to be honest, but as usual, the fucking the brigade have grabbed it and ran with it, and now we all have to be fucking proud. We have to be proud about it or some shit. Who knows? Just if you want to be gay, be gay. No one gives a fuck. To be honest, it's 2025. No one gives a fuck if you're gay. You don't have to be proud. Enough. We're not proud that we're straight. Just get on with it. That's what's happened to society now. It's absolutely fucked. Nobody gives a fuck what anybody thinks or says. So all this pride shit, throw it out the window, because everybody who's not in the pride shit, we don't give a fuck. Right? That's the world now. We don't give a fuck.
The year-round occupation of Manchester is clearly here, there and everywhere.
Check out the Globo Homo art. Stop the claws. 2 female signs. LGTV 4K plus rights or human rights. Smash oppression. They all look like spiteful mutants. And then you've got someone with extremely hairy legs. They, them, she, her, these, them, he, him. What are my pronouns?
No one gives a fuck. Honestly, no one gives a fuck. Honestly, all this bullshit for me can just fuck right off. No one gets pronouns. I'm just gonna call you a cunt. If you come at me with any of this pronoun shit, my pronoun for you is you're a cunt. That's the end of it for me. I'm not fucking playing ball with any of this anymore. You can all fuck off. You're either a man or a woman. That's it. And there's no shim sham. I don't give a fuck what you want me to call you. I'll call you what I want. That's the way of things now. So you can stop trying to shove all this fucking shite down my throat, because I don't fucking listen anymore, to be honest.
A history of drag. And everyone's favourite, we've got Happy Days, Happy Gays, Happy Theys.
Manchester,
I mean, what a pile of shit.
is so friendly for the gays, there's a special place where they can all safely meet.
It is an offence for any person to engage in public acts of lewd, obscene or...
They're all cottaging underneath the canal as well. That's a well documented thing by Billy here and Charlie Veitch. I mean, I think that's been going on for a long time, and that's been a meeting place for the gays for a long time, to be honest. But it's maybe just got worse. I think they actually cordoned it off, and the banned people going down there. I think was on either Charlie or Billy's video. I'm not sure whether that's still going on, but they'd try and cordon it off because it was that bad, rather than having to send people down there all the time to fucking clear all the gays cottaging. So yeah, but I mean, I don't think that's a new thing, to be honest. I think that's been a fucking age-old, like 50, 60-year-old place for gays meeting down there or something. I don't think that's new.
Sexual behaviour. Anyone found committing any such acts will be arrested.
Can I just ask, why would you gentlemen hang out down here when it smells of piss?
All right.
Because they all want sucked off by other men. That's what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it's a well-known place. People are getting Billy and Charlie guy down with the camera, and people are just fucking sat there. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Right, so I'll have to leave it there. Really, I've run out of time, but. Go and watch the rest of the video on Paul Joseph Watson. Manchester is a shithole. Because in my opinion it is, and again, we're only halfway through the video. I'm going to watch the rest of the video myself, but I don't want to... It's go and watch it on Paul Joseph Watson and give him the like and the view as well. He made the video. I was just enticing you into the notion that Manchester is a shithole, which... I completely agree with, to be honest. I completely agree with, and I lived there 24 years ago, and I thought it was a bit of a shithole then, compared to where I was from. But 24 years down the line, it's fucked. I watch Charlie Veitch and Billy Moore and them at times and just think, fuck me, what happened to Manchester? I'll leave it there. Peace.